Maxwell Pereira, you are listening to all this. Would you like to respond? Because I felt...
trying to.
No.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, thank you.
I definitely... You see, I only spoke about I don't condone police behavior, but I'm talking about the partisan attitude in coverage. You know, in suppressing the slap that the girl gave the police officer, you know, that has been meted out totally. And
she was
this
pushed.
Has been
I am sorry. She was pushed. She was assaulted.
This is the only thing
she was pushed. She was assaulted. I am sorry that you are trying to twist it. And Mr. Maxwell Pereira, let me tell you one thing. The Neeraj Kumar says I am suspending the police officer. Is suspending a police officer enough? Why have you not filed it?
Suspended.
I want to know, Mr. Pereira. Why not file an FIR for assault against the police officer? What will go? What will happen? I say file an FIR for assault against the police officer.
I think you would call it the biggest, this one. What the naked eye saw can't be faulted.
I am seeing from the naked eye that all these girls are trying to find out the identity.
I'm not here to accuse.
I am so shocked, Mr. Pereira. Mr. Pereira, can I ask you something? Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Acha, Manish Sisodia wants to ask you something. Go ahead, Manish Sisodia.
Can I come in?
Go ahead, Manish Sisodia. Ji.
मैं सिर्फ ये कहना चाहता हूं कि उस वक्त दिल्ली पुलिस मंत्री और सांसद के बीच में दीवार बन के खड़ी थी। वहां खड़े हुए लोग मंत्री और सांसद से कुछ पूछना चाहते थे, कहना चाहते थे कि आप मिलिए, बात करिए। मंत्री और सांसद अंदर कमरे में जाके बंद हो गए। वो 2 घंटे तक बाहर नहीं निकले। उस वक्त बाहर लोग एजिटेटेड हो रहे थे। उन्होंने जब कहा तो दिल्ली पुलिस उनको रोकती जा रही। दिल्ली पुलिस को तय करना पड़ेगा, या किसी भी देश में पुलिस को तय करना पड़ेगा कि सिर्फ नेताओं को सुरक्षित रख के और नेताओं को खुश रख के अगर वो कहते हैं कि हम बहुत अच्छे हैं तो नहीं है। उनको नेताओं और जनता के बीच की जो दीवार है उसको बनना बंद करना पड़ेगा। पुलिस ऑफिसर्स को, खासतौर से आईपीएस ऑफिसर्स को, नेताओं को कहना पड़ेगा कि साहब आप हमको मिसयूज मत करिए। आपके गलत काम को हम कैसे जस्टिफाई करें दीवार बन के? आप जाइए जनता से बात करिए।
You see, this man now, Smriti Irani, he is going around coolly. There's obviously no action against Neeraj Kumar. Going around coolly, he's answering, fairly predictable questions fairly coolly. He's not being challenged. If there is no action against the Delhi Police Commissioner, what message will it send? And if the ACP is not sacked, not suspended, what message will it send? Smriti.
You see, the Commissioner of Police is painting himself out to be the victim instead of attending to the challenges that have been posed before the victim and the child's family. And I think the Delhi Commissioner of Police has been extremely brazen by declaring that he will not quit because he knows that his political bosses, that at the center and in the state, will not hold him accountable. During the horrific gang rape in December, we saw the Chief Minister of Delhi, Sheila Dikshit, helplessly proclaim that she has no control over Delhi police. But there was absolute silence on behalf of the center, which is also led by the Congress party. It is the doublespeak of the Congress-led UPA and the Chief Minister of Delhi that the Delhi Commissioner of Police takes comfort in, because he knows that this issue will only be reduced to mere statement formulated at the PMO, where the PM projects that he is sad. If honestly there is outrage in the government with regards to the fact that the Delhi police was not competent enough to handle this situation, why is it that the Home Minister of India is not sacking him?
Well, I think the Home
Delhi
Minister
Police Commissioner is being extremely brazen because he is being protected by his political bosses.
The Home Minister of India says that these kind of incidents where there's an assault on protesters have happened in other states too, and I have taken action. There is action. The suspension is action.
Today, I have debated the issue in Rajya Sabha. I am extremely pained to tell you that while the discussion was taking place in Rajya Sabha, I saw for myself the Home Minister dozing off at times, yawning at times, smiling at times. What is the signal that the government is giving to all these people who are not fulfilling their responsibility as prescribed by law, that they are not bothered?
Well, I think it's shocking, and I must say this, that while some other speakers were speaking, I also saw some other members of parliament sitting right behind those speakers. I'm not talking about the Home Minister, completely going off to sleep. I mean, that's the greatest insult. There is television footage which records that. The complacency in the system
Well,
is what
the
we are
Home
speaking about.
Minister
The complacency
sleeping,
in the
Arnab.
system. You see, MN Singh,
You have the Home Minister sleeping, you have the Home Minister. Please understand, Arnab. You have the UPA chairperson give a public statement, the time has come for action. I have asked the government that if they're genuine about taking action, why is it that as we speak, an all-party meeting has not been called? There is widespread political consensus that an amendment
that
is
question
needed
goes, and I would put that question
to
to MN
ensure
Singh.
that child rapists are hanged.
No, but MN Singh, at the end of the day, it's going to be the political leadership which will have to show the way. Do you think there is also a growing sense in the police that, they'll get away with it?
Well, first of all, I would avail this opportunity to say that the police in India has been thoroughly decimated because of the continuing political interference in the police work. Today we find in Maharashtra that all the powers of transfer of the lower level of police officers also have been taken over by the Mantralaya. The promotions, punishments, everything has been taken over by Mantralaya.
But why do police
I don't
officers,
think
why
the
do they want
police,
to be part of the system?
DG police and the commissioner have any power. I am talking about what is happening in Maharashtra. Now the police force has been thoroughly decimated.
They don't
all
have
over the
power to
country.
protect, but they have power to proclaim they will not quit.
Now, if quitting is going to solve the problem, Smriti Irani, yes, certainly. Now, you say that the Home Minister has not done this, Home Minister has not done that. Home Minister is Home Minister. He is not an activist like all of us.
No, I don't think the Home Minister needs to be an activist.
I think Home Minister has to follow a certain protocol and a certain procedure.
No, I want to get
if
in
you goes on sacking, if you goes on sacking police commissioner like a constable, like anybody. See, you should understand how the system works. Now, today, sacking a constable is also so very difficult.
The victim is a 5-year-old child.
The constable goes to the administrative tribunals, he goes to the government, he goes to the
tell
courts.
Me any other country in the world where police officers 2 days, 1 minute, police officers 2 days consecutively, first in Aligarh, right, and then in Delhi, are seen assaulting.
It's all showing up
because of the cameras.
Because of the mismanagement of the police, because of the bad governance.
I want to get in Khushbu.
Showing up now. This is what we are getting.
If the
what we
ACP
have
in
sown,
Delhi
we are now reaping.
is slapping a lady
this
in the presence of media,
has been led or misled.
imagine what that ACP does when there is no media around.
No, I think the question.
I think it is what is happening today. What you are seeing happening today is now it is showing up the result of our mismanagement.
This question is to Khushbu. Khushbu, in retrospect, let's go back.
Let's to do its job and hold the DG and commissioner responsible.
No, Mr. Who's stopping?
Why sack only a constable and inspector?
Who is stopping the police from doing their job?
Today in Maharashtra, the commissioner and the DG cannot sack any inspector.
Who is stopping the police from doing its job? The problem is when the police does not do its job. At that point of time, people like Maxwell Pereira get all upset and angry and say they are being victimized. Khushbu,
when you post an inspector of a police station,
I'm not able to hear you.
Not on merit, but on other considerations, this is what you are going to have.
Well, no. Khushbu, in retrospect, do you think Maxwell Pereira was wrong?
So are you saying that Neeraj Kumar was put in the position of Commissioner of Police for other reasons apart from merit, sir?
I told you I'm talking about Maharashtra. I don't know about Delhi. I told you that Delhi, Neeraj Kumar is a very fine police officer.
Yes.
I know him personally. Yes. About his competence, I have no doubt.
Now, here's a question to Khushbu.
Now, the Delhi Chief Minister is unhappy that she has no control over Delhi police. The government of India does not say anything about it. Now,
Sir, please don't fall for the trap. Both Delhi and the centre is being governed by the Congress party.
That is a political issue. You can sort it out politically.
Can I come in with just 2 points?
So please don't be a victim to the political drama
1 minute,
being played out by Congress
I think
leaders.
it is unfair to bring him in a political crossfire.
1 minute. First of all,
of course, I know. Let me make it very clear here today, even though I know Neeraj Kumar, that his position has become very untenable because of all these repeated incidents which have been happening.
I think
there is a serious question. There is a serious question now about the competence and the behavior of the Delhi police.
Publicly, he will not quit. He has no fear of his political bosses because he knows he'll get away with it.
And at the level of the police leadership, everybody must.
I just in this very fairly detailed discussion, I want to bring in 2 simple points as I go to Khushbu. First is this. no police officer, constable or anyone or the highest officer would dare to raise a hand on a politician's relative. One, right? You can do this to the Aam Aadmi.
Why the same
1 minute,
sub-inspector was thrashed in the Maharashtra
So
assembly?
please let me. Yeah,
He was called.
Yeah, you can
He
thrash.
was called and he was thrashed. Where is the question of constable beating a
thrashed?
politician's
Who thrashed?
relative? It is the politicians who are beating the police officers.
One second. That's-
And that too in the Maharashtra state legislature premises.
Mr. Hemant Singh,
I think he was called there
Mr. Singh,
only to be
DSP in
thrashed.
UP was shot
Mr.
dead.
Singh, 1 minute. Mr. Singh, 1 minute.
Poor
The fact is, no policeman. Please don't take it
I
out
mean,
of
if the society is sick,
Mr.
why are you only
Mr.
holding the police responsible?
Wait, Mr.
Talk also something about the social problems, about the dynamics of the society.
I'll tell you,
Talk
Mr.
about
Hemant
also
Singh,
the urban-
Mr. Hemant Singh,
the
let me
urban
tell you,
management of
if I did, then let me tell you the first thing which Suresh Kalmadi and his supporters said when we broke the CWG scam. They said, why are you asking Suresh Kalmadi? It's a sociological problem. Society is corrupt. I don't believe in generalizations. My question to Khushbu is this, very simply put, do you believe at the end of the day that the system has taken the common man for granted? That is what it is. And when people are now asking and when the media is asking on their behalf, the system, including Mr. Pereira, are getting all very worked up. Khushbu.
Arnab, for me, the law for a common man first is the police. What happens in the court, you take it to the courts later. But for me, as a common man, when you look at it, it's the police department which is the law. And if that system is failing, then it's something very, very alarming for a common man. What happened in Delhi today, what happened with Assistant Commissioner raising his hands on a woman protester was absolutely unpardonable. Mr. Pereira says that why didn't you show the clipping of a woman who raised her hands? I think she's completely justified if she has raised her hand, because it was her anger, it was her anguish, it was the pain of seeing a 5-year-old girl, a kid, being raped brutally. It was an anguish of a woman who could feel the pain as to how a woman goes through on everyday basis through some kind of sexual harassment in day-to-day life. I think a woman raising her hand on the cops where she feels that they are failing her is absolutely justified. And I want the police to be absolutely understandable, sensitive to the issue, and not show the anger that how dare you raise a hand on Assistant Commissioner of Police, so I'm going to raise my hands too. I think that is absolutely not acceptable.
I think those girls did not raise their hand. I think those girls are the victims.
Even if they did,
No,
Arnab,
even if they did
even if Mr. Pereira says that they did,
Never.
I am saying it's
Never,
justified.
never at all.
It's absolutely justified for a woman
They
to
did not raise the hand.
when she does not find her answers. No, I said if she has, she is justified. She is justified because she has the questions which are not answered. She has a pain which nobody understands. She has anger which nobody wants to feel sensitive towards her and tell her that I am here to take care of you. Do not worry. When there's a failure of the law, and the law is the police, when there's a complete system of the police department, the anger and the anguish and the pain and the protesters, whatever they've done today is absolutely justified. And Mr. Neeraj Kumar, for what all the reasons, what Mr. Singh is saying, that he is a very competent police officer, he's a thorough gentleman, agreed, we do not know him personally, but we cannot take that into an account and say that if you're failing as the Commissioner of the Police of Delhi, and if this is how it happens, then I think you are failing as the officer there. You're failing as not as a human, but you're failing in your duties. And I think that is what is important. You may be a fantastic human being off the record. You may be a fantastic person to your family members. But man, you are looking into the entire system of Delhi.
I'm totally short of time, I'm afraid.
To understand the pain.
I'm totally short of time, afraid, but I think you've spoken out the sentiments of a lot of people. Smriti, I'm completely short of time, I'm afraid. Completely short of time, but I think we all empathize with that sentiment.
Your own hands. That is what is being spoken.
My only submission
Taking law
to you,
into your own
Arnab,
hands.
is that
And
for
that
a
is what
Commissioner
is
of
being
Police to give a
justified on your
clean sheet
channel.
to his officers. The question that arises is that whether an investigation was
अर्नब, सबसे
undertaken
बड़ी बात
after a
आज ये है कि
complaint was
आज पार्लियामेंट में जो कुछ
filed.
डिस्कस
In the
हुआ,
absence of
क्या
a
उसको
complaint
देख के उम्मीद लगाई जा
filed, how
सकती है
is
कि
it
इस
that
देश
the
की
Commissioner
समस्याओं
of
का कोई
Police is
खास
giving
तौर से
clean
पुलिस के
sheet
एटीट्यूड का कोई सॉल्यूशन उनके पास है?
I think, ladies and gentlemen, the point is simply this, Mr. Pereira. Accountability, not just to the politicians, but to the people. That's the point tonight. Thank you very much for joining me on News Hour Debate number 2 tonight. Thank you.
Yeah.